Evolution Goblin Barrel in a nutshell. Goblin Barrel will be the next evolution coming to Clash Royale. You can get it from the Diamond Pass, which if you will be buying, I appreciate if you use creator code Abdod to support the channel. The only thing better than a Goblin Barrel is for sure gonna be 2 Goblin Barrel. With this evolution, once you play your Goblin Barrel on a tower, the decoy Goblin Barrel will be played on the opposite tower. The rule it follows is based on mirroring the position of the original barrel vertically. So if I play the original barrel top right corner, the decoy barrel will be going to the top left corner, and if I play the original one bottom left, the decoy one will go to the bottom right, and so on. Interesting thing to note is that the decoy barrel is actually not empty, but instead it has some goblin toys in it. They're actually really cute if I'm being honest here. What's not cute about them is that they actually attack the tower, so it's kind of like a cursed toy from a horror movie. They deal the exact same damage as the normal goblins, so they are as threatening on that department. What they lack is HP, because they have the exact same HP as skeletons. This means ideally you want to tank for them using, let's say, a knight instead of a goblin gang, as it would focus the tower away from them for longer. It also means a zap or a snowball is enough to take them out entirely. Even an electro spirit can shut them down if played on time, unless your opponent couldn't guess which barrel is which. Right now, by looking at them, you can notice that the decoy barrel is a little bit bigger, which, funny enough, is a bug, so it's intended for you to have to guess. This opens the door for mind games, as if they failed to guess, you might just take out the entire tower, and even if guessed correctly, it will be a negative elixir trade for them, as they have to technically use 2 spells on a goblin barrel. Unless they are using Dagger Duchess, then they can just ignore the decoy one entirely for 0 damage. But on the contrary, against a cannoneer, the decoy barrel literally gets the same value of a normal barrel when ignored, which is really strong. And Princess Tower is as usual at the middle of the pack, allowing only 2 stabs. The way this evolution should be played isn't entirely different from the main card, but it has some nice tricks. For example, usually a goblin barrel is never played on this tile because both towers would target the goblins. But with the double barrels, each tower would be busy with their own goblins, so it can be a nice surprising move. And tricky barrels, as we know them, tend to get less damage than normal barrels in exchange of pushing your opponent to miss their spell. With the decoy barrel, a normal position and a tricky position should get you the exact same damage. That applies to only one of the towers, as a true blue, true red interaction, so good luck figuring that out mid-game. Still thought it would be nice to know. If you're using pump, you should be looking to playing it in the middle against an evolution goblin barrel, because since it mirrors the main barrel position, both barrels would be close to each other for a single spell to take them out, which means they can't really snipe your elixir collector. And against pumps behind towers, it's best to play your decoy barrel on the pump by placing the original one on the empty side, because people will always use their spell to make sure their pump gets 0 damage, so you want the squishy toys to be the victim of this spiky log. So we all know cloned evolutions give normal troops to make it not OP. The cloned decoy goblins don't actually give normal goblins, which, to be honest, if you think about it, it doesn't matter because they both would be at 1 HP anyway. Still a lovely detail to make them a separate troop. And of course, ending everything by showing how fun and goofy 2v2 trolling is gonna be with this dumb evolution. I'm low-key pissing my pants at the idea of Evolution Graveyard having this exact mechanic, because that would be stupid, my dudes.